So this is going to be a demonstration how to foam roll your back. And the key thing here, something that I see a lot of people doing, is foam rolling their lumbar spine, and that's probably not the safest thing to do. All right, and I know you see a lot of people doing it. I used to do it a ton personally. It's just not the best idea to be foam rolling this lower part of your back. Maybe very, very carefully, a little bit above that, just resting on it. But you see people going back and forth on their lumbar spine really fast on this. Not a great choice. And I just want to make sure I'm in a shot here, so I might turn. So there's a lot of different ways to use this. Right now, I'm just going to kind of show you how to foam roll your thoracic spine. So not too low, kind of right where that thoracic spine starts, right under your lats, and just kind of hang out there. Make sure that you are keeping your core engaged. Big breaths in, big breaths out. I like to raise my butt up a little bit. Now there's more pressure on there. Big breaths in, big breaths out. I'll move this up a little bit. As I get up, sometimes up higher on my back, sometimes I like to, spread my arms out like that. I feel like I get a little bit more of my back. Another thing that you can do is take your arms, hug yourself. All right, and then at this point, sometimes I'll put my butt back on the ground and I'll stretch and I'll crunch. And now we're actually putting some mobility into this. We're actually working with, the different segments in your spine, and we're getting those to open up and move. So, why we're hugging ourselves like this is that we're getting our scapula, our shoulder blades out of the way so we can actually get into some of that tissue. All right, and it's not this. We're not moving our neck. That's not what's doing this. I'm moving my thoracic spine. I'm small little crunches. All right, so that would be like your back. You might see people going like this. I would go really slow if you're doing that. I wouldn't go fast, and I'll demonstrate it, but don't do this. You see people rolling on their lower back like that on this. You don't want to do that. That's not good for your lower back. So that's like your back portion. Now we're going to do your lats right here, which would be considered a portion of your back. And this one, be really careful if you have some extra weight on you, that you're not putting a lot of pressure on your ribs. I have seen people kind of pop ribs out of place and bruise them up a little bit. And you don't want that. That's not cool. So make sure that you can support yourself with your arm. We're going to put this in our armpit. We're laying on our side. All right, we want to find that meat right there, your lat, and just kind of rest on it. All right. Same thing as with the calves. I like to go right and left. So if that was right and left, or right and left, whatever. I like to go back and forth like this. When I see people injuring their ribs is when they're going up and down like this, and they're not used to it. They don't know how to hold their body weight on there, and then they end up with this thing down here and all their body weight on a rib. Not fun. So just go back and forth or right and left, however you want to look at it, but not up and down. And same thing, we're looking for a sore spot in here. Once I find a sore spot, big breaths in, big breaths out, all right? Just like all these techniques, these foam rolling techniques, find those trigger points, minimum 30 seconds. I recommend staying on those spots for 2 to 5 minutes, or at least working a specific area for 2 to 5 minutes. And those are some of the basic back foam rolling techniques.